If you want to buy a laptop for your finite element modeling, but you have no idea which specs does actually matter, I'm here to save the day. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 best laptops for finite element so you don't waste your time on the wrong one. Are you ready? Let's get started. But before we get to the list, let's clear the biggest misconception about FEA hardware. Everyone thinks you need to spend thousands of dollars on a massive top-tier GPU, on a massive top-tier graphic card. The GPU mostly just helps you rotate your 3D model in the viewport. The actual heavy lifting, the math that solves your meshes, is done by the CPU and your RAM. You want high processor clock speeds and a bare minimum of 16 GB of RAM. And most importantly, a classic thick enough to keep it all cool. So let's take a quick look at the system requirement for ANSYS, one of the best FEA software. So for the ANSYS student version, except for ANSYS Discovery, you need to have 4 GB of RAM and 50 GB of hard drive. And you need to have Windows 10 or 11. But if you want to use the ANSYS Discovery, you need to have at least 8 GB of RAM. So if we double that and having a 16 GB of RAM, we make sure that we run the software smoothly. And the higher the RAM, the better it would be. So let's start our list. The first one, ASUS VivoBook S16 Flip. This is actually the most affordable one on the list and is the one I run my whole YouTube channel with. Looking at the specs, it comes with Windows 11. The processors can be Core i9, 13th generation, or if you want, you can use lower specs like Core i5, and also there's a variant that comes with AMD Ryzen 7 or AMD Ryzen 5. So you can choose up to 16 GB of RAM, or you can use the default one, which is the 8 GB of RAM. The one I have comes with the Core i9 13th generation and 16 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage. Another important thing is it uses the ice-cooled thermal technology. It allows up to 45 watts CPU performance. This is actually the thing you need. You don't want your laptop to get too hot during your finite element simulation. So to wrap it up, it comes with Windows 11 Pro, Core i9, 13th generation and 16 GB of RAM, and it would be ideal for day-to-day simulations. You can use medium to huge simulation files with, but it takes more time. Number 2 is Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S. This is actually a pretty solid laptop, comes with Windows 11. You can choose between Intel Core i9 or Intel Core Ultra 7. So the difference between the Ultra 9 and i9 is more suitable for performance, but Ultra 9 is better for battery life. So it's up to you to choose between the two. You can have up to 16 cores here as well. You can have up to 16 cores, the same as the previous one. As I said, the processor is a little weaker than the other one. On top of everything, it uses 5th generation Aeroblade 3D fans to make sure your laptop doesn't overheat during the finite element simulation. With all these specs, as you see here, Windows 11, Intel Core Ultra 9 Series 2 and 32 GB of RAM, you could have 3,200 Canadian dollars or 2,300 US dollars. Before we move to the next one, I want to ask you a favor. If you enjoyed this video so far, please leave a comment for me down below. It's totally free for you, but it helps me a lot to grow. If you want to support the channel, you can click on these 3 dots and click on thanks, or you can click on the link here to buy me a coffee, or you can join the channel. Thank you very much. Number 3, Lenovo Legion Pro 5. This one is actually a pretty solid one. It runs smoothly and silently while you're running a simulation file. Let's take a look at the specs here. As you see, you can have AMD Ryzen 9, which is way more powerful than the Intel Core i9. Comes with Windows 11, can have up to 32 GB of RAM. It comes with turbocharged fans and 3D copper heat pipes. So as I said before, it's a silent laptop. especially when you're dealing with huge simulation files. With all said and done, if you want to have AMD Ryzen 9 and 16GB of RAM, you would pay 2200 Canadian dollars or 1600, which falls within the most affordable laptops with AMD Ryzen 9. The next one is ThinkPad P16 Gen 2. So this one comes with 14th generation Core i7, which is almost as powerful as the i9 13th generation. It has the 90% of the power of i9 in the benchmarks. It also comes with a 32GB of RAM, which is pretty solid and good for your simulations. The cooling system is not as powerful as the previous one, and it has the dual vapor chamber for advanced cooling, but it's good for medium to huge simulation files. It's not available yet here on the website, but the price is estimated to be 5,300 Canadian dollar or 3,800 US dollar, which is pretty expensive. With that money, that's totally worth it. And the last but not least, ASUS ROG G16. This is a gaming laptop and pretty solid. Works really good if you have very huge simulation files and if you ever need graphics or GPU. Looking at the specs, this time here we have Core Ultra 9, which is good, but you sacrifice performance for the battery a little, and you can have 32GB of RAM. So as I said, if you need the graphics, this is a pretty solid and top tier graphic. It comes with OLED screen, which is absolutely amazing, and for the cooling system, it has tri-fan technology with a vapor chamber. Works very smoothly and silently if you have very huge simulation files, because this is a gaming laptop. The actual price is 3,500 Canadian dollars or 2,500 US dollars, but right now, as you see, it's on sale and the price is 2,600 Canadian. Now let's compare them all in a table. If you want a high CPU power, you can choose VivoBook S16 or Predator. But if you want very high power, you can choose Lenovo Legion Pro 5, ASUS ROG, and if you want extreme power, you can use the ThinkPad P16. In terms of cooling system, S16 is moderate, Acer and ROG, both of them are good, but Lenovo's are the excellent. In terms of price, the ASUS is in low to mid tier, Acer and Lenovo Legion Pro are also in the mid tier. Lenovo ThinkPad is the most expensive one, and the ASUS ROG is in the second place. And the most important one for FEA, if you want to use the light to moderate finite element work, ASUS VivoBook S16 is the best. Comes after that Acer Predator Helios Neo 16 for moderate work. If you want to use heavy work, you can use ASUS ROG or Lenovo Legion Pro 5. But if you're using huge simulation files with millions of nodes, Lenovo ThinkPad is your choice. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please smash the like button. And don't forget to watch the video on screen before it ends. And I see you there. Stay tuned.